Yes, I can see those pixely lines around the screen. I think they're meant to be there. Alright. Here we are. That's the beginning. Wow, that's loud thunder and lightning. Is there any need for you to be that loud, sir? That didn't help at all. Let's get out of the rain then. I'm not gonna bother talking when there's thunder and lightning because it's so loud. Luckily, I didn't actually have to control that. So, whoa. There we go, hopefully that's better volume. So, we don't have a name, but we are on a space station, as you can see. And there's a lot going on, but there's not much to interact with at the moment. Oh god, have I got myself stuck? Yeah. Rule number 1 of stream. Never let me drive. Rule number 2 of stream. Don't slide puzzle. There isn't really much more than that. Don't slide puzzle. Don't let me slide puzzle. I love the animations in this game. Hello! Good morning. I'm glad you made it back. I assume you were at your usual lookout over the rift again. You must have seen the worsening situation out there. Did you notice the planet's instability on your way here? So I've got 3 options. I noticed, I rushed. No, let's say I noticed. Then you can appreciate what a pickle we're both in. I wish I had better news, but I feel I owe it to you to be honest. The situation is, unfortunately, quite dire. This Hudson Cartier terraforming project has failed. 16 years of work has been undone. I apologize for being so direct, but would it shock you to know that, by my estimates, we have less than a month to survive? Dot dot dot. Your stoicism is understandable. In 3 weeks, Sorry. Choking over my own words. Epsilon Erdani B will cease to exist as it does now. We still have an escape ship here in Colony A. It is structurally sound, and I believe I can help you fly it so we can escape. Good. At least someone's helping me fly it, I'm not doing it myself. If we transmit an emergency signal to the home office, we can likely intercept a company vessel in our ship and gain transport back home. The problem is, there are 4 key systems on the escape pod that I cannot repair, and you aren't trained to deal with by yourself. But I have an idea. It will require the use of our holosim chamber and a little bit of human connection on your end. You see, there were 4 other colonists who could have saved us, if they were still alive. Winnie Laurier was our communications expert, and she could have helped us repair the navigation systems. Pierre Tong was the colony director and engineering genius. He would have been able to assist us with the thrusters. Leslie Baradwaj. I did this last time. I keep getting stuck on it because of the J. I'm always like, whoa. Baradwaj ran the agridomes, and I'm sure she could have helped us maximize the ship's life support and food processing. And Jean Labumba, wow, led the resource management team. He could have shown us how to best keep the ship powered and stable. You and I can head out to find the materials and information, but only these 4 could have guided us in fixing the ship. But if we can use the holosim chamber to recreate the 4 key colleagues, they can still help us in a way. I know it's a long shot and it's going to be a little unusual, but if we work together, I think we can make it. So that's the plan. Before you go to your quarters though, let's register your name so the holograms know what to call you. Please enter your first name here. You can use a maximum of 12 characters. Let's keep it simple. Wait, where's it type in? Oh, it's on the bottom. And it doesn't work by clicking, you have to actually type it. Okay, I see. Okay, you've entered your name as Lara. Is that correct? Yes. Excellent. I'm glad we got that straightened out. For now, just head to your quarters and rest. You'll need it for tomorrow. So yeah, the gist of the game, at least as far as I played the first time, is we have to go and find information in the other parts of the colony so that we can recreate these people, the 4 people he was the AI was speaking about, so that we can talk to them and get them to help us and tell us how to fix the ship. Because obviously they are no longer alive, but the AI can like kind of construct their brains and personalities from information in the database and stuff that I find. And I think it's a really interesting idea for a game. Basically, we gotta go help find the people, make the people as ghosts, and then use them to help us. Wait, no, I need to make that louder so that I can turn this down a bit for the beeping. There we go. Okay, now hopefully the beeping won't be too distracting. Oh, there's also a break room, I think. Oh, but I can't go in there yet. Okay. I think the AI said we have a week. So this is our first day of that week. Good morning. I'm gonna turn off my webcam every time we have to do the AI. Anytime we have to have a conversation, because the options appear right where my face would be, so I'll just do this. Whoop. I know you've just woken up, but as we discussed, time is of the essence. How are you functioning today? Are you well? I'm not sure. I understand. Well, I hope we can get you in shape to deal with what's going on. I'll fill you in if you could just come and see me again in the core. So yeah, basically it's described on like the itch.io page and everything as a romance. So I think that we can like maybe actually flirt with the ghosts, but I only spoke to one ghost when I played it the first time, so I don't really know if that's true or if it's just the easiest way to explain like the kind of mechanics of the game. I think it's a really cool idea for a game. It is available on itch.io and Steam. I think it's probably cheaper on itch.io because obviously on Steam there's more of a percentage that they take for hosting the game, but I would recommend you guys go play it. I know I've already recommended it, but it's really nice. It's also in, I believe, the Ukraine bundle that they released 2022? I think it was last year or the year before. But yeah, so you might already have it if you're like me and buy a lot of games. It wasn't too long ago that all of the residents of Colony A shared their meals here in the common room. Since the food processors are running low, you'll have to make do with what's left here until for now. I don't think that's the right said. Make do with what's left here for now. You'll have to reserve water and other materials for the trip home, so I'm afraid it will be difficult to keep this place clean. I understand. Thank you for being agreeable. I know this all must be very wearisome and stressful. In any case, you might as well use this room for something now. I've arranged for a readout of the hologram's daily work reported here. This will keep you updated on the state of the escape ship, and who knows, perhaps the holograms will have something to say from time to time. So, I seem to get a different reaction with like the color of the answers. So when I hit that one that time, it went red, but I don't know if that's random, if it's depending on which number I press, or if it actually like makes a difference and the AI doesn't want to speak to me. Like, I don't know if I can make the AI annoyed at me later. I don't know. Good morning, Sick Inside. Cheers. I don't know if you've got a coffee or something, but I'm cheersing you anyway. This was literally just to warm me up. I don't think this has any caffeine in it. It's a cup of mango and cinnamon tea. Got a long way to go before the ship is ready for departure. The communications array, thrusters, life support systems, and fuel supply all need work. So yeah, 4 parts of the ship that we have to fix, 4 people we have to reconstruct in AI ghost form. That's how I described it on TikTok. I said you have to talk to AI ghosts. I know how to get to the core, mate. I've been here before. I went to make some, but I'm out of magic bean powder, so I'm grinding some up now. I realize you probably have, like, a machine or, like, something to grind them, but now I'm just imagining you've got them in your hands and you're, like, going like that. That's how you grind your coffee. Okay, Lara. Last night, I scanned what's left of the colonies in hope of finding material we can salvage? I think I found a few good leads. Hand grinder so close. Well, I was like, you might have, like, a little, or electronic one, but then I was like, it's funnier if you're just crushing them between your palms like this. I think it would be best if you first go to the comms relay and find 5 communication devices we can use for the escape ship. The comms relay is where Winnie Laurier was last known to be. Hopefully you can find out some more information on her as on your trip as well. Arm power. Elbergrease. When you're ready, you can go south to the shuttle bay and pilot a course there. Okay. I remember this taking a lot longer the first time. I guess I was probably spending... Well, I mean, I only played it for like half an hour to an hour, so that's probably why I feel like I'm getting through it really fast. Because I have more time. I can take my time if I want to, but...
Oh, I was just looking while I take some headache meds. But yeah, I also missed out. I have the whole collection of Batman never played in MotoGP games from 13 to 22 lol.
When you say the whole collection of Batman, do you mean Arkham? Hold on, I'm gonna quickly... Sorry, I'm just dropping this down because it's too loud for me. Okay, there we go. Sorry, a little bit of adjusting on the fly
all
there.
The Batman games on Steam, with all DLCs.
Oh my
Lol.
god. Can I have some? I'm joking, I have way too many games. The reason I did the thing in January was because I had... You know, I had so many games that I have been like, I'm going to play that at some point because it's something I intentionally bought, that I was like, I'm never going to get around to playing all the games that I just got in a bundle, because I didn't, like, I'm not going to go out of my way to play all these games because I don't know what I'm going to like, which is why I was like, we're gonna do a roulette.
Oh yes, last month I bought a lot of them from last month, even the Walking Dead collection lol.
Oh, sweet. There we go. That's where we're going. So yeah, Thursdays are going to be for indie games, and I think we're probably going to do the same thing again. Where we play... Sorry, I was just saying something up there. Where we play... through a random assortment of games each week. I think I might do that next week if we finish this today.
Maybe I need the whole Sherlock Holmes collection now. Can you tell I like my collections? It's good I don't bloody like books in it lol.
True. You would have way too many books. Well, I mean, I've been tempted to get the Sherlock Holmes collection. But it's not like I need more detective games. But then again, I don't know, it depends how cheap they are. It's probably been a long time since you've been to the comms relay. I don't believe you had occasion to come here often, if at all. When the other colonists separated, this was considered a prime location. Oh, I skipped. Oops. Remember, if you're looking for components, we can use the power to escape the ship's communicate... No, sorry. We can use the power to use... Take 2. Remember, you're looking for components we could use to power the escape ship's communications. 5 good parts should do it.
Skipped. Wow. That's it. Game ruined.
1 out of 10. I've ruined the game for you, I'm sorry. Oh boy, even from here I can sense how damp and musty it must be in there. You're an AI. It probably smells to you like an old puddle. Or appears to be locked by some kind of security system. Sorry, what happened? Why did it hurt? Just checking if we missed anything. This looks like a standard issue field notebook. Most of the colonies use these as well as data pads. The notebooks were inexpensive and easy to transport, and studies revealed that humans enjoyed physically writing on paper. That seems rather ineffective, but I suppose tactility is important in forming emotional, tactile memories.
With face noises, the noise is like, what is this for 2000s? Dial-up internet? Lol.
I can't hear any weird noise. I mean, it's making strange noises, but nothing too loud. Okay, I'll turn it down a bit for you. Speaking of which, this looks like, well, it looks like the beginnings of some sort of fiction. That's interesting. It reads, The Last Interview with Paula M. Okay, yeah. I did read this last time, but we'll go through it again. It's a lovely noise of line printers. When you it's moving on the dialogue. Oh, I see, okay. Paula has suffered a long and arduous struggle against the dark. Now in her final moments with it, she's relented to its questions. These are the only pages included in this notebook. If we want to read the rest, we'll have to find the other pages. Last time I did not read the first page first, so I was really confused. How are you doing so far? Do you need any help? No, I'm good. You're very resourceful, Lara. If you need a reminder about what you're doing while you're in one of the facilities, just press the H key and I'll help.
I saw what you did there. I saw it. I saw you press it, then look at me and do a little laugh, lol.
No, I was looking at OBS to make sure it wasn't too loud. I was checking the audio bar so that I wasn't deafening you. I'm trying to be nice, I promise. Reminds me of the fax machine environment. There was a fax machine environment sound. I only really remember the theme song of Fireman Sam. Nothing else. Look at this little digital sign.
I bought another
Daddy!
game. Wow.
What did you buy? Look at this cool sign. It's like a little digital, oh no, you could fall down sign. That feels really neat.
MXGP 2020, it was like under £5 lol.
Are you gonna do you want to play that? I might turn off the bit alerts for a bit just while I'm playing the game. Okay, let's go outside. Not outside. Bridge control, is that what it said? People buy games to play them? Look, I have a lot of games. But most of the games I bought in bundles rather than because they were cheap on Steam. It's a series of torn pages, likely from that notebook on the first floor. It looks like the story starts here. The dark. Why struggle? You know I've been here. I've been waiting all this time. Why didn't you give up? It's not in my nature just to give up. Really? I'm not so sure about that. For a long time, even amongst your peers, you gave up. Or at least, you seemed to withdraw from them. Isn't that like giving up? I don't think so. That's interesting, because they did. The further you isolated yourself, the less they felt like reaching out. Didn't you notice that? Yes, I noticed it. I assume there's more. Maybe you'll find more pages as we press on. It's interesting though, isn't it? I'm saying I don't know. I thought gamers were like dragons, and instead of hoarding gold, we hoard games. No, that is true. That is true. There's a reason why those TikToks do well. The ones where I say, I bought another game! Yeah. I'm very, very tempted to buy some more bundles recently. But I'm trying to be good, because I know I have so many games. And then my friends yesterday, I had my board. Oh, I never told you how my dinner went. I'll tell you that in a bit. But I had board games last night with friends, and two of them. Sorry, I cannot get comfortable in my chair right now. I'm so fidgety. Two of them suggested a game they thought I would like. One of them was for streaming, the other one was just for me to play for fun. And I was like looking on my phone on my app, being like, do I already own these? I don't already own them! I have to buy them! I have to find them! One of them was Call of the Water, and the other one I think was just called Signals, but it was kind of, that was described to me as a horror game, but not like a horror game, like a Silent Hill is a horror game, but like a, not necessarily like a jump scary horror game. Have any of you guys played either of those? Because I'm gonna look into them, but I haven't done it yet. Really? I thought you'd be a bit more curious. Alright then, let's move on. Well, the dark is clearly like a metaphor for something like depression. Or at least that's what I'm thinking. Is there anything else I can interact with that isn't the torn pages? Ah, here we go. It's an open relay conduit. It looks like someone had repaired the terminal more than once in an attempt to continue transmissions. There's some clever work here. Your scan will help me configure the ship's communication parts to be more redundant and failsafe. Now we only need 4 more communication parts in this area. Sweet, they're probably not in here. Door appears to be locked. Oh, another one. Okay. Have a good wee look. Check everything. Before we get... Is this another elevator or is this the top floor? Ah! Like, I really like this game. I can't... I think it's the art style that I like the most. It's just really fun. But it's sad, because we're all alone. I've returned from a Fireman Sam YouTube deep I love that once a stream, Shogun will be like, sorry guys, I was in a rabbit hole on the internet, but I've returned with links. Looks like a further set of pages from the field notebook on the first floor. So what made you change your mind? You're here, talking to me now. You wouldn't have entertained that before. What changed? Well, this is the end, isn't it? There's no one else out there, so I'm talking to you. You know that's not true. There are still others out there. You can hear them on your radio. But they don't know that. They don't know I made a new radio. No, of course not. That's what makes you so interesting. You withdraw, but in your way you still reach out. You just don't want anyone to discover that. Paula falls silent for a moment. This story sounds like it's getting serious. I'm curious, who are you siding with right now? Paula or the dark? I don't think I'm siding with anybody. I'm just reading a story at the moment. I haven't really got invested. Arson Sam? Is this like a Nancy Drew is actually the murderer situation where Sam is actually setting all the fires? If you don't know what I'm referring to, by the way, it's that Mox has a running theory that Nancy Drew is actually responsible for all of the problems that happen in the Nancy Drew games. It's always her. Maybe you're right. We should see how the story plays out first. For now, let's move on. That one was a red answer again, and I don't know if that's important, if that actually means anything. Oh, there we go. There are certainly fewer components in that tower than you might think. I don't believe the drones finished fitting it as well as the others. As the construction of the colony's prefab elements continues, resources allocation estimated often becomes skewed. Too bad, really. Yeah, Nancy is obviously a serial con artist! Oh my god. It's a remote service panel for running diagnostics and checking alerts. It's been jury-rigged to allow non-standard signals. This work is unconventional, but I can use this to boost the signal in the escape ship's distress beacon. Now we only need 3 more communication parts in this area. Like how Jessica in Murder, She Wrote killed everybody and framed random strangers. It's certainly more interesting if we think about it that way. That's a standard issue bedroll. They're made of highly dense microfibers, so they're very lightweight and yet warm. It looks like someone's been using it as a habitat of sorts. Very curious. There's one downstairs as well. What do you call cheese that's not yours? Nacho cheese! There's a what kind of cheese do you hide a horse in? Mascarpone. Hi, Lara. Welcome. Which is also a theory put forward by multiple police detectives in universe. Oh, really? Did they actually say that? I mean, it's always fun to be like, oh, the person solving the crime is the one doing the crime. But, you know, it's only happens a few times. Like, actually, I've never watched Dexter. I was gonna be like, that must happen in Dexter, right? That must eventually happen. How's it going? It's going well. It's going well. I feel like cozy and sleepy at the moment, so we're having a nice little indie game day. We're gonna watch the level 5 presentation, like, when it hits the hour. And I'm having a cup of tea. But how is your day going? She gets accused several times and calls in a few favors. Well, that's even more suspicious. There's a hoard of old Earth technology on that dusty shelf. Amazingly, several of the pieces are still functioning. Oh, I think I can see a PS3. I thought it was just like a random thing of pixels, but it kind of looks like a PS3. Excuse me. Get a burp stuck. Sleepy, highly caffeinated, and bored at work. I feel that so much. It's kind of me, except I'm not highly caffeinated yet, because I'm trying not to have too much. But I have it. The can is sitting here, waiting for me. Your scan will help me fabricate something inventive for the ship, I'm sure. Now we only need 2 more communication parts. Oh, I should explain. If you're, is there something on the top left you're talking? Yes, this is my AI. It doesn't have a name, it's just the AI from the colony, but it comes with me. It kind of looks, it gives me, is it VV Rabbit? Is that what it's called? The PS1 game, the rhythm game where you're like a little rabbit. Gives me those vibes. But yes, it's my little AI, and we're fixing the ship. If you've just come in, I should explain. Basically, we are the only person left. Ribbon, that's it, not rabbit. Exactly, Casper. Thank you. Unsurprised that you were the one that got that. Can I get a backstory? Yes. Okay, so you are the only living person left in this space colony. You have a week before the whole place is disintegrated, and basically there's no way you could survive. And so what we're doing is we're going around the different buildings of the colony. We're collecting components to fix the ship back at the base, and escape. And we are also collecting basically information about 4 different people who used to work here, because they can help us fix the ship, and we have to talk to them, but as AI ghosts. That's the complicated bit. We haven't done that bit yet, but we're gonna basically reconstruct their memories so that we can talk to them and they can help us fix the ship. Found a hefty stack of books there. These ones are mostly adventure stories. You humans do seem to love these kind of fantastic tales. The owner really did prefer physical reading, I see. They surely had access to digital versions of all of this. In fact, there was an entire database. One of the books has something written on the first page, a monogram that simply reads W. Ah, that'll be Winnie. She's the one we're trying to reconstruct. So chat, do we all share the theory that this AI sabotaged the terraforming and now wants to ride back to Earth to ruin things there too? No! No! The AI is good! Please! Please! Those special foil wrappers were used for food and snacks, but of course you already know that. You know, it took over 10 Earth years of research and development to develop food that could travel such distances and still be palatable. Because of the efficiency with which Hudson Cartier transported colony deployments, a lot of food could be included. Previous colonial missions were less successful because of the inefficient cargo and food storages. Of course, until the agrodomes were built, you all had to subsist on just these various portable stores. Okay. It's a standard issue security panel. It must be what locked the other doors and parts of the relay. Are you going to turn off the security lock? Yes. Cool, now we can get to all the places. Did we get a bit of story in this room? It's a portable safety light. They use sophisticated LEDs and can last for over a year. The lamp looks like part of a little setup, including a bedroll. Someone must have been sleeping there. Please keep me informed of any other interesting details you may find. The AI is good! The AI is good, I swear! At least so far. I have played this a little bit before, past this point, but I wanted to restart, so we could play it all in one stream. That being said, we are going to take a break in a minute to watch a video, so... Wait, what was locked? It wasn't this floor, was it? This one was fine. This one was locked. There we go. A stack of pocket-sized physical books, I see. They look like they're mostly guides to social interaction and workplace issues. Aha! We're learning some stuff about Winnie. I suppose whoever owned these books was, as you say, boning up. Is that what you say? And my options are, sure, not really, and you got me. I'm gonna say not really. Oh, I see. Then they were practicing, or at least studying, in regards to social interaction. Curious. Boning up. It looks like that portable terminal still has a tiny bit of battery life left. The model was known for being quite long-lasting. I can use your scan of its components as a guide for making the escape ship communications equipment more efficient. Now we only need one more communication part. There you go. So you can kind of see what's happening here. We're collecting pieces of the story as well as collecting parts to help the ship come back together. That appears to be a heat-absorbent synthetic blanket. It looks like it was hung up on that conduit. What do you think it's used for? A towel, a curtain, or a blanket? I would say towel. I suppose that would make sense. Those standard issue blankets are quick drying after all. Hello, Aaron! I also don't know if, well, I don't know if we've got the full story so far. And I also don't know if I can make the AI unhappy with me by, like, saying the wrong things. It looks like a further set of pages from the field notebook on the first floor. The story continues. The dark. So who do you listen to most? The gardener woman? The drone leader? The self-appointed director? The... William. Sometimes he still broadcasts in the old colony. He sends me little messages, actually. And why him? Why William? He was so important here. He kept things working. He kept things repaired. He was essential and nobody really gave him the respect he deserved. So what? You think you can relate to him? I don't know. Of all of them, I think I just understand him the best. When he stopped communicating, it felt like the end of the world. Well, when you think of it, it might be. You said it yourself. Paula gives the dark a low dark. I'm just gonna restart that. Paula gives the dark a cold, long stare, the toughest she can muster. There's no point in arguing the inevitable. Paula doesn't say anything. That seems to be the end of the story for now. I wonder if William is in reference to Mr. William King, who was the maintenance chief in Colony B. So that's if you just come in, that's a story that was being written probably by Winnie. That we found lying around. You scanned a still functioning terminal that is apparently hooked up to the tower's mainframe. I bet you that room is warm. The mainframe is unfortunately damaged, but the terminal you scanned can still help us. Good work! You found all the components I need for now. When you're finished there, you can use the shuttle to return home. And we are. I think we found everything we need. Because it says we found all the story parts. The comms relay appears to be in worse shape than I expected, but good work. It looks like you found what we need for today. Go ahead and use the shuttle to come back home. And then we have a little traveling cutscene. It's so cute. What we'll do when we get back in is I'll pause the game and we'll watch the level 5 presentation. Because that was this morning, and I didn't watch it when it happened because it was while I was still doing stuff this morning, like putting my food onto marinade. I've got marinated chicken for dinner. I'm very excited. I think we can stop there, and even if it crashes, it should have saved, so it should be fine. back to the game. Welcome back. We're playing Alone with You. If you've joined us just recently in Twitch chat, we are the last person alive in this space colony, and we are exploring the buildings in the space colony to repair the ship to fly us home. Because we only have a week before the whole place basically collapses and we die. But I don't think there's a chance it's going to happen. I think we can't progress the story until we fix the ship anyway, so I think we're okay. Let's have some water. Calm down from the excitement of talking about Professor Layton. It's sad, we're in space. I mean, it's fun that we're in space, but it's sad because we're alone. Excellent, you've arrived. Please come and see me in the core immediately so we can process your findings. I think they say that every time. So this little fun-looking thing in the corner is the AI of the ship, which is what we're off to go speak to. I will put it back. I'll put it on this screen because we might need to answer questions, and we need to be able to see them. Okay, I've synced the data you scanned and collected today out there. Thank you for bringing this to me. I have good news as well. I've got the holosim chamber up and running. The constructs of the 4 colonists are already loaded. They're already working on helping you, but due to the currently limited availability of power and processing cycles, the chamber's a little shaky. You can retire to your quarters. When I've got the holosim stable enough for you to enter, I'll call for you. Oh, I didn't need to answer any questions. Look at me, look at my swag. Ugh, yeah. Ugh, look at my walk. Ugh, yeah. Ugh. Also, does it look like... Okay, are they looking at me? Yeah, sometimes. A bit freaky. That was a slightly different animation than last time. Lara, can you hear me? I'm sorry to wake you, but I need to show you something. I was able to make the final adjustments, and I got the holosim chamber nice and stable for you. I think it's best if you meet one of the others as soon as possible, so could you please go to the chamber in the South Hall? It does sound a little bit suspicious. Now you guys have put it into my head that the AI is evil. I'm like, whoa, something's up. Oh, sorry, I forgot. Just head south to the holosim chamber, and we can begin. Yeah, actually, last time I was like, you don't need to tell me where to go, but this time I was gonna go the wrong way. Thank you for coming. The chamber will only work at night when the other systems are powered down. It's a limitation of our current situation, I'm afraid. I mean, it doesn't have to be powered up when I'm not here, but I guess I can't do that. Ow! Oh my gosh, I have a huge cut on my finger. It's not bleeding, but no wonder my hand hurts. I thought I just, like, bumped it. It was funny. I liked it. Also means I'll be in low-powered mode, so you'll be on your own in there. I won't be able to see or hear what happens. So the time you get in the chamber will be strictly between you and whoever you're seeing that day. Ooh. In the morning, the holograms will sync their data and ideas with me. Tonight, you'll be meeting Winnie Laurier for the first time. Since the comms relay was her domain, it makes sense you visit with her. Remember, these holographic recreations, they're based on data backups I kept for each key member of the colony. They are, in effect, the very same people. However, after the Rift event broke off communication with other parts of the facility and I lost track of those people, I was no longer able to keep them up to date. These constructs won't remember anything past a certain point. They might be a little bit touchy about that, so please be careful. Anyway, when you're ready, just enter the chamber and use the control station within. When you're finished, you can return to your quarters. I'll speak to you again in the morning. Good luck in there. Thanks. You're very welcome. I hope these visits help us get closer to our goal more efficiently. We've got an awful lot riding on this. Right, so now the AI has gone offline, and it is time for us to go and talk to the AI ghosts. And in this case, we need to go talk to Winnie. Now, I don't know how my answers last time affected anything, so I don't know if I'm going to pick the same ones or not. Oh, hi there. Don't mind me. I just need to finish these calculations. I'll be done in a moment. The AI told me about your triple today. Did you, find the item you needed? I did. I'm glad. I'm sure this must be very difficult for you. Anyway, I think I'm done here for now, I guess. Let's just have a seat on the sofa. I could use a break. The AI has us all working quite a bit. We can simulate pretty much whatever we need in here to figure out how to best help you. Whatever you scan out there, the AI can give to each of us in here so we can keep working. It's a pretty smart setup, actually. I chose to make my work environment this room. It's how I remember my old apartment back on Earth. Is that weird? No, why? I guess you're right. The others probably chose something more professional, but I just love this room with all my old books and this sofa. Anyway, the AI must certainly be keeping you busy as well, so I'm glad you're here. And since you are, well, what would you like to talk about? You pick. Oh, well, as you can probably tell, I'm not great at small talk, but okay, let's see. How about books? Do you read much? Sometimes. I see. I don't want to bore you, but I definitely read a lot. Most of the other colonists weren't as into books as I was. I really like adventure stories, big, complicated ones. I suppose it helped deal with the relative closeness of living in a colony. I can imagine I was anywhere, and Hudson Cartier manual said that escape was important to thriving in a remote colony. I suppose that's partially why we were equipped with this holosim chamber. It wasn't a standard issue, so the higher-ups must have felt it was important. There were programs that we all brought with us. I don't know how much... Sorry, my brain just stopped being able to read there. I don't know much about what the other people did in there. Maybe took some exotic vacations. William, I mean Maintenance Chief King, I think he had some version of his wife in there. She didn't come with him. She stayed on Earth. He never said anything about it, but I could tell it got to him. I mean, it did to all of us, but most of us were, well, alone. Normally, Hudson Cartier wouldn't allow colonists to be separated from their loved ones. They came as a package, or they didn't go at all. Kept stress down, they said. But William, well, he was a bit older and the best candidate for the job. I suppose headquarters? HC? Oh, Hudson Cartier. That makes more sense. Knew how important he was to the mission. I wonder what his wife is doing. If she's still alive back on Earth, I wonder if she knows, you know, what happened to us. Do you know what happened to you? Do you want to talk about anything else? The colony. We had as much a chance as anyone at making this work. In the end, I don't think I could quite believe it was going to fail. We all arrived here when? 2048? What year is it now? 2064. Wow, so 16 years. So much has happened and there was so much needless loss. By the time we all arrived here in 2048, the remote colony building systems had all basics ready. Most people were pretty excited to get started, but I had a harder time adjusting. Space travel will do that to some people, at least that's what the head psychologist, Miss Bouchard, told me. Something about how close everyone was, you know? It's easy to feel trapped. We trained for all of that, of course, but the real thing is different. Okay, last option. Ship's comms. Well, as I'm sure the AI explained, my job is to help you get the escape ship's communication systems repaired so you don't blast off into space with no voice. Even if everything else is functioning, you wouldn't want to be out there with no way to contact anyone. I think I'd rather be adrift than not have a working radio. But I think the AI's plan is sound. If you can contact someone from a shipping lane, you can hopefully arrange a pickup. Kind of like thumbing a ride back on Earth, I guess. I never did that, now that I think of it. I was definitely too, well, afraid to try it. Anyway, sorry, I'm talking too much. God, I don't think I've ever talked this much before. When I was, well, real, alive. I wonder why that is. Oh, are we done? Anyway, so you were in the comms relay today, huh? What was it like out there? It was damp. Oh, I should have said show pages. I don't know, maybe that would have made her uncomfortable. The acidic rain must be really wearing it down then. That was one factor that we couldn't properly account for. Hudson Cartier knew of the weather systems on the planet, of course. It had a decade's worth of survey data with which to plan for this project. But I guess a decade only tells you so much. The systems changed and the acidic rain became much worse and much more frequent. I'd be surprised if any of the structures there didn't suffer damage. In Colony B, we had it the worst. Things eroded so fast. The comms relay seemed relatively intact, but even so, it was tough to keep the equipment working. I can still feel the chill of that place somehow. Maybe it's a good thing you have that scarf. I'd say do you want it, but she's an AI ghost. How's that gonna help? It's warm. I'm sure it is. It probably protects against the rain and the silica that the wind tends to bring up. What else did you say? Ah, okay, so I have the option now. I can do both. It's empty. There are 5 towers in that relay. You must have been in Tower A. It was never completed. The relay was designed to be redundant, so not everything is in one place, and there are always backups of critical systems. Or, I was the one who designed it, or consulted on the key components back on Earth, but not everything was built to spec. I remember there were some issues with some of the drones. We lost some capabilities, so we had to think on our feet. That's why Tower A is only half finished. It seems almost nothing went the way it was supposed to. It's so awful to think about that. All of those people. I know. You have it worse, though. To be the last... I can't even bear to think about it. You what? Oh, you found my old notebook, didn't you? With a story in it. Oh, that's embarrassing. Yeah, that notebook was mine. I was writing stories to pass the time and to deal with things. I always wanted to write a book, but I never did. I guess I figured it was my only chance to try. I know it wasn't very good. I guess I was trying to put my thoughts and, well, my feelings into some kind of relatable way, but that was probably pretty obvious. It's funny, though, now that I think of it. I don't know how that story ends. I can't remember everything I wrote. But, what did you think of what you read? I mean, if you read it, I'm gonna say it was good. Really? Oh, well thanks. I appreciate you saying so. That means a lot. It kind of sounds selfish, but as I'm working here, I keep thinking about the fact that I'm here and yet, well, I'm not. I think I feel I can see you, obviously. Oh, sorry, I feel I can see you, obviously, and it all seems real, but I'm not here, am I? I'm not really around anymore. Though obviously something happened to me. I mean, the real me. But I can only remember so far back. I guess the AI's version of me only accounts for so much. It's like a backup, I suppose. The me version, you see. This is the most recent version. But does it count? Does any of this matter if I'm not even real? I said you are to me last time, and she was like a bit weird about it, so I'm gonna say yes, of course, this time. That's sweet of you to say, but I can't stop thinking about it. Believe me, I know this mission of yours is much more important right now. Look, I don't want to keep you here, considering all you have to worry about. You need to rest, and you still have so much to do. But do you mind to see if you can find out what happened to me? Maybe find some kind of record of what I went through? I promise. Thank you. Maybe we can talk about it some more next time I see you. Take care for now. If you ever create an AI of my mind, leave out the existential dread algorithm. There's a lot. I mean, but then is it really your mind if it doesn't have everything, Maru? Also, hi Maru, how you doing? Let's go to bed. I've got an ad that's about to play, and I have to go. Oh, wait, that's not bed. That's not bedroom, is it? Oh, yes, it is. And Joe asked me to go and turn on his computer, so I'm gonna go and do both of those. I'm gonna have a quick break. Do both of those things once we've gone to bed, and probably get a snack or something. It will be upgraded. It's what my mind would want. I know, because I have it. Hamster. Stairs made of ham. I say the weirdest stuff sometimes. There we go. Day 2. I was gonna say day 2. It's just not done it yet. There we go. Day 2. Bonk. Turn that alarm off. Right, we will return in a wee bit. I'm just gonna take a quick break, get another drink, because oh my god, my voice is going, and play that ad that's about to start on its own automatically. But yeah, see you guys in a wee bitty for some more of this. I have taken my iron. I've taken my iron and all my other supplements, and I've also started taking this weird powder that you mix in. I mix it into water and it tastes disgusting, but if you mix it into smoothies, it's fine. That's supposed to be good at balancing your hormones, so see if that does anything. Start taking. So there you go, extra supplements for me. So many supplements. Hello. Welcome back to Alone With You. I had a quick break, but I am now back. If you've just joined us, we are the last human in a space colony, and we are looking for parts to help fix our ship so we can escape this planet before the colony basically disintegrates. And we've just woken up after speaking to a holo ghost, a hologram ghost, and the AI is talking to us. That's what the little spinning thing that looks like Vib ribbon. Thank you again, Casper, for reminding me what that was called. So I'm going to switch to this screen so you can see my answers. The AI says, "Good morning, Lara. I received notice that the holosim chamber has been successfully accessed. How did it go?" "Really well." "That's wonderful to hear. I hope Miss Laurier was able to give you some helpful information on repairing the escape ship. I received information from Miss Laurier's construct this morning after I returned to full waking state. Whatever happened in there, it appears to have helped her problem solve a bit more efficiently in regards to the escape ship. I'm already crunching numbers on her ideas. I think this plan of ours is really going to help out. In any event, you can return to the core when you're ready. I've got some new mission options for you today." At least the holograms know they're ghosts. Might be murky morals otherwise, yes. But they don't know how they died, because their AI backups are from a wee while before they died. So they're like, the AI has explained to me that I am dead, and I am not really me, but I am just memories of me. But I don't know what happened to me. Though the first person I spoke to, Winnie Laurier, she has asked me to find out how she died. And I probably shouldn't have promised that I would, because now I'm worried that it's going to be something really horrific, and I'm probably supposed to have... maybe I'll have a moral choice later that I have to figure out whether I should tell her or not. If you died horrifically, would you want to know? I don't know. I don't know if I would. Now that you've been to the comms relay, we have the holosim chamber working. I think it's time to branch out a bit. You have a few choices. First, we can try to recover plant material at the agrodomes. Now, last time I played this, that was the one that I did first. Well, second, after the comms tower. So I might do a different one, just to mix it up a little bit. And if you're wondering, I played it for about an hour last time. So, obviously we played it for a bit longer than that today, I think. But I played it for about an hour last time, and stopped. But I wasn't really sure about my choices, because I was kind of like, it doesn't matter what choices I make, I'm not finishing the game. So I've restarted it and we're playing it again. If I died horrifically but an AI copy of me existed, I wouldn't view the original as me anymore, as it did events that did not occur to me. Yeah, it's the whole thing that makes... Sorry, it just reminded me of the whole thing about... Oh, well, you're gonna have to wait to find out... Anyway, that's enough of that. Let's get back to it. Oh yes, that's what I was saying, Oh, we were talking about teleportation, that was it. So, I was actually saying... What my nugget of wisdom was going to be was exactly what you guys started talking about after I stopped talking, was the whole thing about the teleportation thing. That, like... Yeah. If you're teleported, then you're not actually you anymore, because it's all, like, reconstructed. So yeah, if we ever developed teleportation, I don't know if I would do it. I'd have a bit of a moral quandary before I did it, but also it's quite cool, and you only live once, so... We can start equipping the escape ships with material for the food processors. Oh, I'm not in the tab. There we go. Leslie Baradwaj ran the agrodome, so if you head there today, you can meet her tonight in the holosim chamber. Next is what the colonists called the Caves, our energy mining and processing center. The mine is available to visit. We could use more resources for fuel. The plot of the Prestige is that, is it? Resource management, Jean Lumumba, I keep stumbling over that one, was responsible for energy production, so if you head there, you'll see him tonight in the holosim chamber. Next is, well, Colony B. Due to recent shifts, it's finally accessible again, although I am reluctant to send you there. It's likely in a terrible state, but it might still have parts we can salvage for the escape ship's thrusters. Unfortunately, we have no choice but to check. If you do visit there, you'll get to meet Director Pierre Tong tonight in the holosim chamber. He might not like what we discover there. Discovering more about each colonist is key to our survival. The more you can connect with their constructs, the more help they'll be to us. When you're ready, you can head south to the shuttle bay to plot a course for one of the areas. Technically twice you get teleported. Spoilers? Oh, okay. Oh, it is the movie. I was like, is that a movie or is it a game? But no, it is the movie I was thinking of. I just couldn't remember. Right, okay. Where do we want to go? I think I'm probably going to go to the mines because I went to the agrodomes. Nope, wait, wrong place. Hold on, I need to go this way. I went to the agrodomes last time I played this. And I don't really want to go to Colony B yet. Because I feel like that's going to be quite difficult. Or at least, like, not the best. So I think I'm going to go to the caves. That makes sense to me. Or the mines. The mines, the caves. One of the two. Yeah, I think it's quite interesting how this game, like, combines exploration and not exactly visual novel, but like conversation-based gameplay. I'm sure there's a better term for it. Look, just because I did a degree in game design doesn't mean I know the terms anymore, okay? Oh, I meant to tell you, I think I told you guys. I think I already mentioned this yesterday. But I'll talk to you guys about it in a second. Although the planet's landscape is hostile, its core is rich with minerals and a special kind of crystal that we can process into fuel. Okay, I'm not going to read that out, but I will read it in my head, because Shogun's just posted a spoiler, but I won't read it out loud, I will just read it in my head. Oh! Freaky. But if you don't use big words, how can you gatekeep people who haven't studied game design? That's a good point. Actually, I probably shouldn't be standing out in this acid rain for too long. Hudson Cartier did decades of research to understand the crystal and how to exploit it for the energy needs of the colony. I'm not sure why your colleagues chose to call this facility the Caves, but it contains the administration offices and leads to the mining operation. After the Rift event, the Caves have been offline. I need to investigate and find if there's anything left to process. Okay. Ah, okay. A bit freaky, though. Yeah, I agree with you. This administration building is where Mr. Lumumba and his staff work. So far, it seems surprisingly intact. Before we do anything else, let's check out Mr. Lumumba's office. I'm just going to call it Mr. L, because I keep mumbling over it. It should be the door to your right. Okay. Let's check out Mr. L's terminal. Maybe there'll be some answers there. I'm guessing that's going to be... Ugh. Oh, it's rocks falling from the ceiling. I was like, what does that sound? Row upon row of technical books regarding mining. The shelf is covered in mold and dirt from the damaged ceiling. Oh, okay, it's not the flashy bit. It's the bit over this side. Oh, out of the way of the rocks. We need to access this terminal, but it appears to need facial recognition. The system isn't completely accurate. Maybe there's a way to get around it? Alright, we gotta find a picture of him. We gotta find a picture of him somewhere. I'm pretty sure that'll be what it is. We also have to make sure we check everything, because we found books in the comms relay, so if we find, like, I don't know, anything else that could help us with, Mr. L. So the thing I was going to tell you guys, and I did mention this yesterday, I know I did, but was Labamba, was that I was supposed to do a game jam this weekend, or I got time off work to do a game jam this weekend, and then I spoke to the person I was going with, and we were both kind of like, well, neither of us are really fussed, and it's quite a long way to travel, so there's something that we're not really that fussed about, and there's only two of us, so we decided not to do it. But I now have Saturday off, so I'm thinking about maybe trying to make a little game myself, just for fun. But I spoke to quite a few of my friends who couldn't do it this weekend, but have now been like, if you want to make a game together, let's do it. So maybe I'm gonna get back into game design, guys. I don't want to go crazy with it, but woof, a picture or his head. I really hope we don't find his head. That's gonna be quite a dark twist. This is the command center for the mining facility. All the actual mining was done by drones. It's much safer that way. Operations staff manage the drones in the mine from here. They track blasting, sorting, delivering, everything. There isn't much trace of the staff here, though. That's odd. I don't have records of an evacuation. Could set up a game jam on Itch. Yeah, I only, like, found out that there were game jams on Itch, like, a few years ago, rather than, you know, when I did game design. Because itch.io existed, I'm sure, while I was at uni, but I didn't know they had a Game Jam page. A Game Jam system. Steam release when? Will there be DLC? Maybe there'll be Professor Layton DLC, who knows. Terminal shows an account of an old drones that were deployed to the mine. Their statuses all read offline. What's this thing? There's a low-power photo frame device on the counter. It's currently flashing a photo of Manager L, who's smiling. The frame gives a convincing 3D effect. Fantastic! That's what we need. Downloadable latent content. That is what the L stands for in DLC. It seems to be stuck in some kind of error loop. A warning keeps flashing on the screen. Ventilation failure. Oh my god. No. Oh my god, it's John Wick. The lounge appears surprisingly opulent, even amongst all the dust and debris. Those synthetic leather chairs are not cheap. Modern day mining operations seems much more comfortable compared to the mines of 100 years ago. Detective Luke content. Whoa! Oh, I love it. Detective Luke. We will be exploring the latent verse more thoroughly. Trust me. Oh my god, look how tiny I am! I'm so small. Hold on, it's dangerous in there. Let's not go there unless it's absolutely necessary. Oh, okay, sorry. So just having a look around. The lobby was decorated with plants grown in the agrodomes. They would have looked good. They would have looked beautiful in that grand space. I guess that maybe we're learning that Mr. Labumba is very like has good taste in design, or expensive taste, I guess, rather than necessarily good taste. Resource Manager Lumumba's terminal contains all the usual reports and statistics on the mine's operation. There is, however, a voice conversation between Mr. Lumumba, I don't know why I keep making myself say it, and Director Pierre Tong. I'll give you the details. Don't you see what's happening out there? I see just fine, I'm handling it. Damn it, Pierre, just admit we're screwed. The Rift event has doomed us all. It's not like that. AF4B/3B has every distress signal we've got firing back home. We're gonna be fine. Fine? Colony B is a smoking ruin. Everyone's blaming you, you know, our genius leader, completely out of his depth. We're gonna be fine. We prepared for this. I'm prepared for this. Those idiots are just freaking out. Because you're not leading them. Because, oh, damn it. Damn it! Oh no. Gene, what is it? I have to go. Someone is trapped down in the mines. I have to go. Gene, you can't go down there. Don't be an idiot. The audio file cuts off there. That's all I can extract from the terminal. Someone was in the mines? I thought they were supposed to be done by drones. Why was there someone in there? That monitor shows a real-time overview of what's going on in the mines. The blue indicator is where you are now. Those red areas, though, those indicate humans who shouldn't be in the mines during operation. They could indicate survivors I couldn't account for. You need to get down there and verify if anyone's still alive. No, it's a trick! It's a trap! It's a trap! But I'm going anyway! What a sight. That room has been completely demolished. You can head down to the mines or take a look at the equipment up there. This is the sorting chamber. You can still see some of the special drones attached to the pillars up there.
I'm afraid I can't let you do that, Dave.
Afraid I can't let you do that, Dave. I have actually not seen that movie before. The maneuver around to sort the various crystals within the mining aggregates and package them up in safety containers. Oh my god, sorry, the music just reminded me. Crushing chamber. Ooh, that sounds safe. While I was cleaning out my room, some of you will know, first week of February I went home and I tried to clear out my room a bit, because it's full of a lot of stuff from my childhood that I never, went through. And one of the things was a dance mat that wasn't a dance mat for, like, the PlayStation. I did have one of those, but it was just a dance mat that plugged directly into the TV. And it had the most tinny, terrible music ever. I got rid of it. I don't still have it. Well, it's going to a car boot sale. I technically do still have it, but I don't have it here. Before you guys get excited and want me to show you it. But it's just so bad. And this music was a little reminiscent, but this is much better music. Mine's a completely grown man and someone then disappeared down during a catastrophe. I blame the eye. Exactly. Dancing streams. I don't even know how I would capture it. Because it... Oh no, I could capture it because it plugs in with a SCART. So there is a... I could, but it would be a really complicated process. New content unlocked. I'm not going home to get that dance mat just to show you guys. Okay. I'm reading very dirty air down there. It looks like part of the mine suffered a cave-in. It must be very stifling in there. It's fine, I got a suit on. My suit will protect me. It's a high-powered crushing device that breaks down the mining aggregate from the lower chambers. Once the pieces are small and light enough, they get shipped up to the sorting chamber on that conveyor. Don't get into the crusher. Doors are partially open, but they don't budge. Perhaps you can find a way to force them open. Okay, so I need to force the doors open. You seem to have scanned a portable data log. It must have got accidentally picked up with the mining aggregate. This apparently belonged to Jean Lumumba. It appears somewhat damaged, but I'm able to pull a fragment from the original audio. Here it is, as best as I can access it. This is Jean Lumumba, resource manager. I tried to help out. They got stuck down there, the two of them, Viktorov and Fisher. As much as I hate to admit it, maybe Pierre was right. This place might be where I die. It's dramatic. That's where this log ends. It seems to be the first part of a series of recordings. Okay, so that's what I'm collecting this time. Just checking. The mining drone has been crushed by falling debris. It will never mine again. That's so sad. That's where the excavation drone brought the blasted aggregate and loaded it into oh my god. And loaded it in automated carts. The air is even fouler down there. Luckily, I have a helmet on. That drone looks like it failed when exposed to more dirt than it was designed for. It was definitely overworked. Aww. That's a collection of motor functional parts from the excavation drone, or at least the basics. Many small parts have been removed. Is that useful for you? Is none of this useful? Kinda hoping that some of this would be stuff we could take back. Looks like some safety caps were left down there when people left. Oh, it's a hard hat. Safety cap. Safety cap. Don't forget to put on your safety cap, folks. Oh my god, I'm so small! Okay, nothing seems to be... Do I go to the blasting chamber? Or do I go to the oh, I can go this way. The refuge station. I couldn't get to the other door. I think we might have found Jean Lumumba. Oh no, it's Viktorov. Those remains of excavation supervisor Carlotta Viktorov are surprisingly well preserved. She must have sealed herself in that refuge chamber. She's holding on to some crude notes, apparently scrolled on the back of pages to an emergency manual. The notes read like some kind of last statement. Escape ship needs energy. Came to get my secret stash of processed stuff. Cave-ins forced me in here. Without ventilation, air is finite. Fisher tried to rat me out. Took care of it. Took care of it? She killed Fisher. Don't want to die in this tomb, but at least this whole nightmare will be over. That's all Supervisor Viktorov managed to write, it seems. Without a clear air supply, I'm afraid she wouldn't have lasted long down there. Thank you, Maru. Ooh, pocket knife. Sweet. A scratched up antique. Looks to be heavily... No, it wasn't you, you're the ad. It's just I looked over and I noticed I had an ad about to start, so... That scratched up antique looks to be a heavily modified consumer-grade pocket knife. It could probably be used to pry something open. Aha! You know, I believed it belonged to Mr. Lumumba. Perhaps you should mention it to him in the Holocene chamber this evening. You know, on your date. We're not dating. I think that's all that's in here. Oof. Very blue-looking body. Hi, Raiji! You always bring such energy. I love it. Hi. It has been a while, but I haven't been streaming for a while, so that's why you haven't seen me. You're in one of the digging chambers, or at least one that didn't completely collapse. Your signal is weak. Please be careful. It appears someone removed many of that drone's components. Judging by its condition, it was mercifully inoperable by that point. Looks like we found a data log. It appears to be the second. Yes, I'm finding them in the right order this time. I pulled what audio I can from it. I'll read it for you. Aquaboxing turns people blue. That's... Is that true? I've heard that, but is that true? From the game. I'm here in the mining caves. I have been for some time. Cave-ins have made return impossible. Well, I can see another body that I've only just noticed. Viktorov, her eyes, so afraid, so manic. That fear reminded me to keep going. I'm not giving up. Why are you going further in? Are you going further in? You fool, Pierre. Maybe your pig-headedness is exactly what I read right now. That's all I can recover from this log. Yeah, well, we were bound to find bodies sooner or later. That is geochemist Maya Fisher. It looks like her suit was compromised. It's got several deep slashes throughout. Viktorov did kill her. She likely exposed to the toxic air too long. The scan revealed an item in her pocket, a replicated ring in a small box. It looks like a simple wedding band. It's of no use to us, but I find it curious. Fisher was gonna propose. Or had just been proposed to? No, would have proposed if she has the box. It seems excavation supervisor Viktorov and geochemist Fisher both met their end down there. What a lonely place to die. Mr. Lumumba's audio file suggests he went down there as well, but apparently he isn't there. See if you can find out what happened to him. Okay, that's the same as the other guy. Okay, I need to get to the other refuge station. That's where I'm going. That's the only place I can't go yet. So we have proof of murder. Time to hold a horror trial. Let's go. We're gonna do the... It's got a name in that new level 5 game. That game was generally like... I'm actually getting more interested in it. Like, is it Deca Police? Deca Police, I think is what it's called. Good work. Using the knife to pry open the doors was a smart solution. You can enter now. Just having a sing outside the door. I think he's about to start recording, so let me know if the I'll keep an eye on it, but let me know if the stream starts, like, dropping or anything, because he'll be... I mean, it should be fine. We pay for fast internet, so we should be alright. That equipment contains a fragment of a data log. By the file number, it looks to be the third in the series. I'll read it. Quakes have stopped, and this coffin... Me coffin? Has held steady. No, not a coffin. I'm getting out of here. Pierre, you idiot. If you find this, if I don't make it out, I want you to know I'm not giving up. Energy, fuel, that's my specialty, and I've got an idea to help get somebody off this rock, at least. The rest of the log is simply background noise, and then it ends. Seems to be the last part of this particular recording. Well, those data files suggest that Mr. Lumumba attempted to escape. I think he probably did. It looks like you've discovered as much as you're going to down there. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like there's any fuel left for us to process. And now we're left with the mystery of what happened to Mr. Lumumba. But I don't want you hanging around in those mines any longer. Aw, cares about me. Was that the room where the corpse was? No, it's okay. It's a separate refuge center. A separate refuge room. There's two of them. You're alright, the corpse is not moved. These are parts of the colony's drone, specifically energy core casings. The cores themselves are missing. So he had an idea about how to help somebody get off this planet. But we don't know what it is because he's gone. There's an empty emergency kit. It's been completely depleted of both rations and medical supplies. Okay. Cares because you're his only way back to Earth on the next stage of his plan. No! The AI is nice, guys! I mean, we don't know that for certain. But, ooh, did I do that? Oh, I didn't do that bit. Okay. Right, we can get back on our ship now. Well, our shuttle. I have a pattern playing the AI. I mean, it is, you know, so often the answer. There was something entirely unwholesome about those caves. There was a moment where I felt my communication link was getting weak. I must admit, I was worried. I didn't want you to lose focus or panic while you were down there, so I didn't say anything. You did! You said that the signal was low. I knew! In any case, you did great. Come back to base and I'll process what you found today and you can relax. Aw, it's like a mum. Game Jam Idea 3. Evil AI that are actually good and helpful. Yes. So you don't actually think they're evil. We'll have a game that they're not evil. Yeah, speaking of Game Jam, I think I'm gonna... The original plan was we were gonna make a board game because that's a lot easier with just 2 people. Especially if we don't have all of the skill sets needed to make an actual game. But now I'm kind of thinking I might just try and make like a tiny game on my own. Just for fun, while doing other stuff over the weekend. Because Joe's still working, so it was gonna be me and him doing it, but he's still working, so either we do it in just one day that we both have off, or I just mess around with Game Maker a little bit. Because that's what I have. I have Game Maker, and it's the last time I made a game, I made it in Game Maker, so I'm most confident with that. See, I actually did quite a while back, before you watched, it's quite a long time before you watched the stream, I did start making a game on stream, with the idea that I was going to do it every week. I was going to like try and add a little bit onto the game, but I never followed through with it, and I'm actually quite glad I didn't do it on stream, because I feel like I would have felt a lot more pressure to get things right the first time, which is not how coding or game dev works, but I would have felt much more pressure to be like, oh, I need to make this look good from the start, rather than taking it easy. But it could still be content, if I'm confident enough this time. Everything is content. Everything is content. I'm glad to see you made it back unharmed. Please come to the... Oh, that's the same thing every time. They say the same thing every time. I genuinely was like, hold on, I'll come to the AI core, but I need to pee first. I don't need to pee in real life. It was just because I got off the ship and I was like, I need to go to the loo. And show up at the later stages. Yeah, it could be like a devlog kind of thing rather than a as we go. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Try and make a game. I checked out the Itch.io Game Jam thing at the start of this month just to see, because I thought about doing a Game Jam stream. Or something, and I was like, I'll just check it out and see what things are running, and there was like, there's so many every month, because some people just like make a Game Jam page and there's only one person doing it, but it's just like, oh, I can do that, I can join in with that. I love a good Game Jam. By the way, if you don't know what a Game Jam is, I apologize that it sounds like I'm just talking at you about this. A Game Jam is basically when you make a game of some kind, usually a video game, thank you Pabsy, in a set amount of time. So you have usually a weekend, like usually 48 hours, sometimes 24 hours, sometimes less, sometimes more. Sometimes you see them people do it for a month, but I don't know if that's really a game jam or it's just more of like a challenge. But you have to try and make and finish some kind of a game in a set small amount of time. So it's not just about making jam, but sell the thief. So, fun fact, I did do a game jam once where I won a jar of jam for doing the game jam. Everyone got one, but it was still nice to be like, I won this jam. That was actually the last game jam I did. I think it was the global game jam. And I made a game all on my own in one day because I was really unwell, so I wasn't gonna do it, and then I felt better on the third day of the game jam, because usually it's like Friday night till Sunday night, or like Sunday afternoon. So I came in on like Saturday or Sunday, came in on Saturday I think, and then just made a game in a day. It wasn't very good, but I finished it. What flavor? I think it was bramble, because it didn't have a label. I say you don't eat jam with your peanut butter sandwiches. What's up with that? Well, I have, but I don't have peanut butter sandwiches because Joe's allergic. But I do like jam with peanut butter sandwiches, but that's just not, it's not a common thing. You just have peanut butter on toast or a peanut butter sandwich. You don't need to have anything else in it. The peanut butter's enough, you know? But yeah, so that's what a game jam is. No, it's like, I guess it's like you're jamming, it's like you're cramming, like for an exam, but you're, I don't know why it's called a game jam. There's probably a reason, you could probably Google it, but that's just what it's called. And I say it so casually because obviously we did a lot of them while I was at uni. I would suggest a community game jam, but I can't commit to it. No, yeah, fair enough. I wouldn't commit to it, even if I was the one running it. I love the way you say peanut butter. That's so not American. I wonder why. It's a group of people jamming out ideas. Yeah, like a musical jam. We're all having a jam sesh. Yeah, like a band. There we go. All the data you collected today is synced and ready to work on. You did well out there. Since you went to the caves, you'll be able to visit Mr. Lumumba in the Hollow Sim chamber tonight. You can retire to your quarters when you're ready. I'll call for you. I will... I don't think there's anything else to look at, so I guess I should just go to bed. Maybe have a look in the mess hall. I mean, I'll see how I feel by Saturday. If I feel exhausted and like I just want to do nothing all day, then I won't make a game. But if I feel like I've got some kind of energy or inspiration, then I might try and make something. But again, it has been like 5 years since I finished university. 6 years since I finished? 6 years since I finished university. Oh, jeez, that makes me feel old. Oh, I can't look at this. Oh, it's because we haven't spoken to the Hollow Sim yet. While I was at uni, I tried to get them to set up, I tried to set up an event for a cosplay jam. I was like, we could do like a game jam, but you make a cosplay in a weekend. And it almost happened, but it was too close to another event, so they ended up not doing it. The game jam, instead of game, we just make jam and eat it while we play Casper. There will be no Casper, not you, Casper, the ghost Casper, just to be clear. But there will be no Casper. We're not doing it. It's time. That's a freaky way to wake me up. Don't wake me up like that. Ribbon. I'm calling you Ribbon now because you look like the bunny. Hollow Sim Chamber is ready for you now. Just head in when you're ready. Have a good evening. Goodbye. Boop, boop.
Can I keep her?
I was so confused for a second and then I remembered. Can I keep you? Never say never. Never say never. Whatever you do. That's game jam idea 4. Kappa. Nope. I keep going the wrong way. This way. Look, I have no sense of direction in life or in video games. We've discovered this. Is that rule number 3? Always give me a mini-map? The constants of the PurpleCoffins stream. Rule number 1. She shouldn't drive. Rule number 2. Slide puzzles are the worst thing ever. Rule number 3. She will get lost. You're welcome. Alright, are we ready for this? A lot more conversation. I'm having some water because my voice is going. That's how much I'm talking. This is what happens when I play a game that doesn't have voice acting. Rule number 4, cats will derail the stream. Everything will derail the stream. I have no sense of concentration. Right, we're gonna do this so you can see the options. Well, look at you. The AI gave me a bit of info, but it's great to actually meet you. You made it back from the caves, I take it. How did it go? I'm not sure. You're not? Well, you're still alive, aren't you? That's always a good sign that you're doing something right. Rule 4 addendum, ADHD. But I don't have ADHD, Shogun. The doctor said I don't have it. You know, I've been thinking. The AI has us all working to get that escape ship upgraded and get you both off this damn planet. And I just can't shake that feeling, like all of this could have been avoided. That you're going through this for no good reason. That's true, Shogun, they can be. Sometimes, even now, I get preoccupied thinking about old arguments or wondering what we could have done differently. Do you ever do that? Do you ever think about what might have been? Of course. It's so hard, isn't it? when you just know you could have prevented something, when you could have done more. Now, I know too well the reason we're all in this situation, and I'm saying this as a hologram for Pete's sake, is because of the Rift event. Despite all of the Hudson Cartier studies, decades of research, all of our info, this planet just went and threw a wrench in everything. So many dead, senselessly so. We had this whole operation running like clockwork, well, most of the time. But what we were doing was amazing. Of course, HC247A isn't the first successful terraforming project, but we were supposed to be the largest, and the first with boots on the soil from the get-go. Before, we just have those orbital platforms slowly nuking a planet with greenhouse gases, and then the other drones taking care of the rest. I have a new theory. AI is actually the director trying to escape and cover up the truth. No, because we have to try and... Well, we haven't reached him yet, but we're supposed to try and resurrect, that's not quite right. Get the information from the director, because he's one of the people we're trying to talk to. But maybe... It took decades more than this project was supposed to take, and as you know, Earth wasn't in a state to wait that long. I don't know. What do you think? Oh, so Earth was... The reason we're terraforming is because we were trying to move away from Earth. Ah. What do you think? Did we do the right thing coming out here, setting up this new project, risking everything? Let's say we had to. You're right. You're right, of course. We were the best for the job, and this colony was the best of the bunch. Even just to build the processing facilities we did in such a short time was a real feat of engineering. That was another one of Pierre's designs, by the way. Pierre is the director. The director made sure we could process the crystals here from day one, and the drones built everything from the prefab parts we hold from Earth. But those drones, down in the caves, they were really put to work. We needed them running 24/7 to just keep up. Maybe that's what we missed. Maybe we miscalculated the drones, or just couldn't bring enough. But listen to me, I could turn this over and over in my head forever, and we just met. So Lara, let's focus on the present. You must have some info you need, or else you wouldn't have come here. What should we discuss? Show knife! You pull a knife on the guy! Yeah, I agree. Well, I'll be. That does jog the memory. I can tell you more about where that comes from. It was actually my brother who gave me that knife. Well, the first version of it. I think I've had it for over 20 years. When one of the tools broke, I'd find tutorials on how to fix and replace them. When I did so poorly and cut myself, I started taking it seriously. My brother said a tool like this was the best kind of friend. If you always kept it close, always looked after it, it would always be there for you. This sure does bring back some memories. Sometimes you think too much and miss the easy solutions. Seeing this again... Oh good, so picking up that knife was a good thing. I mean, I couldn't have finished the area without it, but it seems to be very good. Maybe helping you with the ship isn't as complicated as I thought. It's about making things simpler, not more convoluted. I think I have some ideas. Thank you for bringing this to me. It's given me some inspiration. I want to talk about your job. The AI probably told you I was the resource manager, but sure, I can explain it a bit better. I was a person responsible for mapping out how to best use the resources available to any given project. Natural resources, mostly. Some of the bean counters at Hudson Cartier thought I was like them, just a guy putting numbers in columns, making it all add up. But I never saw my job that way. I've always been an explorer. I like to find things, I like to mess around with them too. So figuring out how to mine the crystals on this planet, turn them into fuel so we could be self-sufficient, that was a challenge and a satisfying one. I had great staff though. Wonderful people to work with. Even though I wasn't fond of having a desk job, they made it worthwhile. Then the Rift event affected everything, put the whole project into chaos, and so many of those good people suffered. But you were down there, weren't you? What did you find? Bodies. Oh no. Vicar Robin Fisher, you say? That is truly terrible. See what I mean now? There's been so much tragedy, so much loss. Talk about your life. My life? You mean before this planet? I guess I have a few adventures to tell of. Why not? Before working with Hudson Cartier, I wasn't crazy about being in an office, you know? Even as a kid, I preferred being outside. There was a group of us when I was younger that used to host these challenges. They were like game shows, just for us. Each of us was active, outdoorsy, adventurous, but with various talents. Someone would set that month's challenge and the rest would agree to meet it. That sounds fun. Like the one time Haley decided we'd have a hang gliding competition. None of us had done that before. We had 3 weeks to prepare. We all joined classes or found someone to teach us or taught each other, and then we met on the bluffs outside the city. The goal was to glide the farthest and land safely. Haley went first. That was a different spelling before. Your life lunges a hologram with a knife. I want to take your life, stab! Haley went first, that was the rule, whoever issued the challenge had to go first. Then we all went in turn. I'll be honest, I didn't prep as much as I should have. Things were different then. Too much time and too little responsibility. I was out having fun. So when I went, I made a big show of it, like I was going to convince everyone I was ready. But boy, I was not ready at all, not by a long shot. Out of the 5 of us, I glided the third farthest, but I also did right into an old barn settlement. Broke my leg in 12 places! Woof. After that, well, I learned to take things a bit more seriously, and to prepare. Listen, I don't know how much power the AI still has, or how much this visit is using, but just to be sure, we should probably say goodbye for now. Do me a favor, though, won't you? Put my mind to ease, try to figure out what happened. I don't want to fade away thinking we doomed ourselves from the start. If I can. Just remember, keep your wits about you. Don't go off half-cocked. Trust me on that. There we go! 12 places. Jeebus, mine hurt enough with 3. I think Joe's only broken 1 place, but thankfully I've never broken a bone. Though I've probably broken my pinky toe at least once. I just don't know. Alright, time to go to bed. So what do you guys think of the game, by the way? I haven't actually been asking. Like, I know we spoke about it when I played it in January, but I want to go to the mess hall. I want to have a look at what it says. Actually, I don't think it'll say anything, will it? Because it'll be powered down. No, it'll say something in the morning. Maybe we'll try one more area, and then I might wrap up the stream. I mean, we've got 40 minutes before I need to wrap up the stream, but my voice is starting to go a little bit. Excuse me. 6 a.m. Good morning once again. The hologram seemed very motivated. Did you have an enjoyable time last night? You bet. Excellent. Our decision to augment our efforts with the hologram is proving to be the right one. I can't speak. This is great news. As long as they feel inspired to aid you, I believe they'll excel in their work. Please keep this in mind. Be nice to them. That's what the AI is saying. There are 2 more areas you can explore to further our goal. Come and see me in the core again, and you can begin your day. Hit the wrong button, that's why I walked into a wall. What of it? It's unfortunate your trip to the caves didn't yield much in the way of usable resources. Still, it was illuminating, if not a little unsettling. Unfortunately, Mr. Lumumba couldn't do much with what we found. In his report today, he did mention some new ideas for processing fuel that might help. Still, there's some time yet, and perhaps Mr. Lumumba's ideas can help us get the escape ship properly fueled in a more creative manner. Well, there's a whole week, and I only have to spend a few days going to the other areas of the colony, so I'm guessing there's going to be time that I revisit areas or have new conversations. There are still 2 more areas I'd like you to check out. Please go south to the shuttle bay and choose your mission. Remember, when you choose an area, you can see which hologram is associated with that area, if that's important to you. We're gonna go to the plant area, because I think the one with the director is gonna be a bit more intense. There are dead bodies in the plant area, because we went there last time. So I know that. Spoilers. Zoom. This is the main grow dome in the facility, where the colonists use advanced hydroponics to grow base food for processing. You can't see it from the ground, but the top of the building is like a giant round basin, was designed to catch rainfall and collect it. Well, the acid rain. The top layer of the building processes the rain to remove its acidic element. Oh, there we go. And treat it to be potable and suitable for plants. Once you're inside, you should be able to see out the various grow rooms, but my readings seem off. Something's not entirely right. What a surprise! Something's gone wrong? That's not right. The decontamination chamber you're in should be scanning you and clearing the air of toxins before you enter, to protect the operation inside. It doesn't appear to be working correctly. Be careful in there. Okay, Mum. Based on what I'm reading, the facility seems to be in quite a state. Remember, we're here to find salvageable plant samples that we can use to keep the food processors running until we escape. But first, you should find something that would indicate what the crew were dealing with. Try looking for research notes on tables or desks. Okie dokie. Those research notes. See, found them immediately. Handwritten by multiple people. I feel like that should say either were or those are research notes. Things must have been chaotic. Based on these, I can confirm 2 of the crew members. Leslie Baradwaj, of course, as the facility manager, she was always on duty, and she would have been there to the very end. As a big vine. You're right, that is a big vine. And Ashley Hainsworth, the chief genetics researcher. She and Ms. Baradwaj had very different points of view, if their personal logs were any indication. Meaning? Meaning that they had arguments about agrodome procedure and protocol in general, many times. Miss Baradwaj was an excellent leader, though a bit of a reluctant one. She preferred consultation with her subordinates and open discussion. Miss Hainsworth, on the other hand, felt that leadership required a stronger hand, and as the situation got worse, their differences became more pronounced. Okay. To the roots and tubers. It looks like a seismic event collapsed one of the walls here. Do you see that thing above the text box? It looks suspiciously like a body. Fun. Looks like a seismic event collapsed one of the walls here. You may be able to squeeze through, though. Hello. Oh, I'm sorry, Lara. You appear to have found the corpse of Arlo Jaeger. Sorry, the way I read that was like, I'm sorry, Dave. Found the corpse of Arlo Jaeger, the production supervisor. His body is trapped beneath the rubble from that wall. It looks like he attempted to keep himself alive with the produce in that room, but either the tainted crops got the better of him, or help simply never came. Oof. I'm impressed that he could get anything from all the way over there. These look like meatballs. What are they? It did say roots and tubers, so maybe they're potatoes? Or, well, I don't think potatoes grow like that. Oh, I can't actually go anywhere, except for through this gap. Nothing seems to be... I can't click on anything. Oh. Oh, there's a note. I have done this bit before, but I can't really remember all of it. It's a note from horticultural technician Florent Marchand. Special ventilation for this room is permanently shut down. Nothing we can do about it. There's an addition. If you two could have stopped bickering, maybe you could have done your job. These crops wouldn't have failed. So basically, a lot of what happened seems to be from human error, but they also didn't account for the weather getting worse. So things definitely got worse environmentally, but then human error made it even worse than that. The dome is in pretty bad shape. Lots of passive aggressiveness without the passive. I'm not seeing much. What is that quote? It's from oh, I'm not seeing much of the genius. It's from Shigo. Imagine sharing a flat with that note writer. I know. If you do your jobs, then maybe our dishes wouldn't be dirty. The dome is in pretty bad shape. It looks like walls have collapsed and there's a lot of damage all around. There were other labs around the other side of that corridor, but you won't be able to access them. We'll just have to focus our efforts here. Legumes Chamber 2. It's a note from Florent Merchant. Please note, solution tubes are leaking due to faulty seals. New ones are being printed and will be installed. I know it sucks, but I'm backed up with repair requests. I remember when I did this bit the first time, I got quite excited when I figured out what was going on. But I won't say anything. I'll let you guys... We'll play through it again. Can I not scan anything? I thought I was supposed to be picking up, like, food samples. If you two could put the plates in the sink rather than leaving them under beds, maybe this place wouldn't smell. Oh god, under beds. No. I'm actually thinking of food now, and I'm really excited for my dinner. I hope it's tasty. Oh, I should have got some wraps or something, so we could have had, like, tacos or something instead of just with rice. I've had, like, rice for the last 4 meals. It's a note from the horticultural technician. Use of processing machine without my say-so is expressly forbidden. Since you keep going on around my back, I've password locked it. You want in? Pay attention to my warnings next time. Good find. That datapad still has some power left. It doesn't seem to be password protected. Let me see if there's anything of use. It seems it contains a private chapter between Ashley, the chief genetics researcher, and Arlo, the production supervisor. I'll read it to you. This is like, it's a private conversation. Let's read it! So now you see what I mean? Yeah, it's like she's afraid to make a decision. Exactly. She seems to freeze when things like this happen. I agree the situation with the toxins needs to be dealt with more quickly. Don't be so diplomatic. You're sounding like her. I think we have a huge problem here. She needs to make a decision. Oh god, it's me. It's me! The chat log ends there. It seems like some of the Leslie's subordinates didn't agree with her leadership style. Is that? Oh, I thought that was like a giant clown horn. It's a chair. Wow. You found something that can help us. Excuse me, are you saying the rest of the stuff I found can't help us? Don't be so rude. According to these notes, a toxin of some kind compromised the whole facility, impacting food growth. There's a detailed analysis of the toxin here. I might be able to use these formula to reconfigure your scanner. This will work. You should be able to scan whatever plant life you come across now and determine if it's suitable for processing. Ah, that's why I can't scan things. Sits down. Oh. I need to find specimens that are at least 60% viable for processing. Okay. Ooh, a bed. That wall-mounted cot is similar to your own bed. It was meant for short-term rest for the colonists who worked there. Sometimes longer than normal hours were required, and the break room was often used as temporary sleeping quarters. Oh my god, is my title still Leighton News? I changed it! Oh, I didn't change it. Damn it. No, wait. Why is that not changing back? I just typed a new title and hit enter and it said stream title changed, but it still says Leighton News. Hold on. There we go. Now it's changed back. Perfect. I don't know why I did that. That was weird. The machine is timed out and requires a password. Do you want to enter a password? Here. I don't remember it. I think... What have the notes said? No, I remember the password now, but we will continue on. Oh, I can't get in there. Okay. There are flowers growing at the base of the vines. They appear to either be resistant to the toxins, or a result of them. Likely they took root within the filtration drainage systems below and crawled their way up through the grate. Like, how long has everything been like this? Hello! It didn't say it, but hello! Thank you so much for your 57 months. Hello, welcome in. Come and join us in space. We're little spaceman. Well, space person. This is promising. That spinach is generally quite rich in nutrients. Lab modification has made it exceptionally so. It's been compromised somewhat by the environment, but we can still use some of it. It's 61% viable. I thought it had to be 60% or more. Okinawan spinach. Anything else? You've scanned rampion, an ancient earth vegetable. Geneticists recently revived the strain for its hardiness and nutrition. Excellent work. It's still 75%. Oh wait, it was 61%, not under 60%. Wow, my brain did not work earlier. I was like, I thought it had to be at least 60%. Yeah, 61%. You dum-dum. Still 75% viable for processing. I'm a bit of an idiot, really, sometimes. All the time. It's a note from the horticultural technician. It reads, the ceiling tracks were damaged by sudden growth of vines. Due to damage, auto sprinklers haven't been able to move correctly. This room is probably beyond repair. Okay, I think that's everything I can scan in here. So back out we go. I don't think there was any plants in here that I could scan. But the password. So the capitalized words in all of the notes were in the order that we found them. Job, sucks, and this. So therefore, the password is... this job sucks. Whew, what a strange animation. It's a processing machine. Colonists would take crops and turn them into raw materials for the food processors and life support systems. However, it looks like it's been reconfigured. Judging by the data, Miss Bharadwaj, I almost got it right, and her crew were trying to create a herbicide to fight off the invasive vines. It looks like they partially succeeded, but they may have had to abandon the dome before their work was finished. How so? Well, an automated procedure was initiated, but no one confirmed its completion. By activating the machine again, you've confirmed the procedure. According to this, a successful herbicide was made. The machine should dispense it in the slot beside you. Also show, enjoy your new emotes. We've got new emotes now. Boop. The herbicide can be applied directly to the vines. Are there any areas where the vines are getting in your way? Yes! There's a door that I can't get to. This one. Let's see what happens when you apply the herbicide. The vines seem to have recessed. You can access that area. Can I use it on these ones? No, okay. These flowers that Mrs. Bharadwaj was growing, she seemed to be using substantial resources purely for aesthetic purposes. A certain percentage of dome production time and materials were dedicated to this for psychological and community purposes. I don't believe this effort, however, was within the allotted amounts. Miss Bharadwaj seems to have taken quite an interest in flowers. What is unclear, however, is whether these were grown during normal production or after the toxins set in. Either way, this broken bulb seems to be too greatly affected. We cannot use them for our purposes. This broken bulb contains chicory, which was often used as a coffee substitute. The flowers look fairly healthy. Unfortunately, prolonged exposure to the air and polluted water means the plant is only 23% viable. Ah. Oh, there we go. Something's there. That printed photograph is faded and damaged, but I can still make out its general image. It appears to be of a breed of canine known as a corgi. I love corgis. The dog is an earth farm. Is that an earth farm of some kind? Corgis are often used for small-scale herding of animals, such as bovines. Their diminutive stature allows them to avoid being kicked. Maybe Miss Bharadwaj knows something about this dog. You can ask her about it when you see her in the holosim chamber. Like, I've got a photo of your dog. Talk to me. Be my friend. That's how friendship works, right? Wait, can I scan this one? Yes. This is a surprise. This plant is entirely unknown, and not one of the varieties commonly grown in the domes. Somehow it has thrived within the toxic environment. Your scan shows it's 92% viable for processing. I don't trust that plant. That's going to be an invasive species, and it's going to kill everything on Earth if I bring it back with me. Here we go. No way, that plant is a new friend. Oh! Oh. I was so excited about having a new friend, and then I found a body. Oh dear. Really am losing my voice. I think I'm gonna stop when we get back to the colony A. I'm gonna stop playing this game. We can still sit and chat for a bit, but I'm not gonna be able to read anymore, I don't think. I regret to inform you that you found the body of Florent Marchand, the one leaving all the notes. His remains— oh, I don't know why I thought it was a woman. His remains are quite old, and your scan reveals little in how he died. There appears to be a severe trauma to his skull. That could be from a heavy blow or a sudden impact if he fell. There's a ladder there, suggesting he was using it to repair something, but I can't be sure. Somebody killed him, because he was being so passive-aggressive. That specially modified garden cress. This variety is far more nutritious than its natural version. It looks like only that plant survived, but we're in luck. It's 78% viable for processing. Oh, okay, can't go that way. Okay, I thought I could maybe move these vines, but I guess I don't need to if it's not in the way. So, they really seem to have a bad time of it, the humans who were here. That lentil plant still looks fairly vibrant. The surface details suggest it's mostly intact. The scan confirms it. Excellent find. That plant is 89% viable for processing. Those green bean vines were once fast-growing and efficient, but they appeared withered and dry now. Unfortunately, the scan confirms this. They're not even 7% viable. Oh dear. Not even 7%. That is very low. Let's go back to the room with the rubble. I think that's the only room that we haven't double-checked. Where is the room? Oh, it's this room. Can I scan these? You scanned some modified potatoes. Oh, they were potatoes! Their rich colour comes from the extra vitamins and minerals they carry. It looks like these potatoes were heavily affected by the toxin. They're only 35% viable. The request the AI won't answer. How viable are we for processing? Well, the AI wants to get me off of the planet, so hopefully it won't try and process me. An unknown species of flower sprung up in this hydroponic system. It appears to have mutated from another strain. I'm checking the flowers again to see if these are even viable as a food source. It appears not. They're too alien for our systems. They're barely 5% viable. You seem to have scanned everything you're going to find in there. There isn't much more you can do. It's unfortunate the facility is in such poor shape. At least we were able to salvage something for your food supply. This doesn't solve our long-term goal of stalking the escape ship, but at least it stabilizes things while we keep working. When you're ready, head back to the shuttle and plot a course back home. That'll be it for today. Alright, back home we go. The poisonous plants that invaded the dome are strange indeed. We're fortunate to find even as few samples as we did for our use. It looks like Miss Baratois and her staff were scrambling to figure out how to combat the toxin and provide the food system. After the Rift event, so many things fell apart. We're discovering more and more evidence of that. I suppose there's nothing more to be done there. You should get back home and out of that rain. Okay, Mum. I wonder if, this all looks like the work of space vampires. Is that your current theory? So we've got the theory that the AI is evil and has caused all of this and is trying to get to Earth so it can destroy Earth as well. And we have the theory that it's space vampires. What's your which one do you prefer? It should save once we get back in. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so this is where I'm gonna stop. Excuse me. For the time being, we'll probably play it. We might play this again next week. I do really like this game, but it's a lot of reading. Which can take a bit, it's making my voice strain a little bit. But maybe we'll play a little bit of it next week, and then we might play something else as well. But yeah, I will be streaming for a wee bit longer. everyone who's watching live. But if you're watching this later, thanks so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day. Like, subscribe, watch another video, do whatever you want. Have fun. Cool. I never know how to end these things. But thanks. Bye.